So a heartwarming episode in May. Why not? It was pretty
Merry
good.
Christmas. Hey, what's up, everybody? Snakeskin here. I'm at a undisclosed location, and by undisclosed, I mean I'm at a friend's house for stuff. I'm on the lam, fam.
So yeah,
Yeah, turns so you see, turns out I play music, and it turns out I'm a decent producer. So my buddies were like, "Hey, you want to try producing?" And I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, here I am making heavy metals for all the world to enjoy. And by all the world, I mean the 12 people that show up to our garage.
yeah, pretty much. So this episode wasn't expecting it, but it was still pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was a very what's the word? Actually, you know what? I don't know what the word is, but it was it. You know,
Yeah.
another Starlight focused episode. I'm glad they're not just saving that. I'm glad they're not just having that like, oh, we'll have it for a few episodes, then we'll kind of forget about it. But yeah, so maybe it's just because it's in May, but I find it really weird that this episode is teaching Starlight the spirit of Christmas.
hmm
It's a little awkward, but where's my cup? But yeah, so the episode starts out and Twilight's like, holy shit! No, there's a song, and here's something I've noticed about Friendship is Magic for you can tell that there's a point in their production process where they're just like, oh shit, we haven't had songs in a while. And then they're
Yeah.
just like, well, we need to load an episode down with like 18 songs to make up for it.
Well, I think the main thing is if you really think about it, the only we didn't really have any songs in season five. We had like a strip of songs from the first couple of episodes, and then we had Crusaders of the Lost Mark, and that was it. But yeah, another musical episode, and I don't know why, but they seem to just be getting better and better each time. I mean, Magical Mystery Cures
Yeah,
and Feels, Pinky Pride with the awesome Weird Al Yankovic stuff,
right,
and
because Weird Al Yankovic's a boss.
oh heck yeah, he's freaking awesome. And considering that he's like on board to do another episode, it would be it would be awesome to see the return of Cheese Sandwich.
Oh, that'd be great. So Twilight's like, holy shit, guys, it's our show's equivalent to Christmas. Yippee ki And Starlight's like, oh, bah humbug. And Twilight's like, bro, you don't know the spirit of Christmas, of our equivalent to Christmas? And she's like, oh, I know the story. I just don't care. And and really, I don't think it just sounded like she wasn't like Ebenezer Scrooge where he straight up like hates the holiday. She's just kind of like, it's not really my thing.
But
But
I know this is probably just looking too deep into the show, but people have done far deeper, especially in Brotherhood Social. Anyway, I think
anyway,
I think they were trying to make like a subtle like commentary on how most holidays that people consider to be like religious holidays have turned just to being like looking at the pagan aspects of it instead of anything else. Because if you really think about it, Christmas is a Christian holiday, but now it's turned
yes.
into Santa Claus who gives presents to kids, and it's all about the gifts. Easter,
Well, to be
another Christian
fair,
holiday,
to
but
be fair, they were talking about that as early as Charles Dickens, and then as early as Charlie Brown.
mhm. And if you really think about it, it works because this is like a very, very big Charles Dickens sort of story with the
Yeah,
references that we're making.
so Twilight feels the need to be like, hey, I'm gonna teach you the meaning of Christmas. What's up, cuz? And then and then they're fucking bullshit. Hey, shut up, Josh. It's for YouTube. It's for YouTube? For the boob tube? For YouTube. I friends here, there, yeah. So yeah, so Starlight Glimmer learns the spirit of Christmas, and I, I like that. See, they could have just taken the super easy route and just like gone with a total either a total Grinch or total Christmas Carol type thing. But props to Friendship is Magic. They did both.
Hmm. And also it's interesting because
So
seeing
what's going
those
on right now?
two together is
Are
just
you
like,
talking to someone?
wow,
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
we're reviewing a show we like, Josh.
What show?
Friendship is Magic.
Never heard of it.
Get the fuck out of my shot. Anyway,
Joy. You got a
yeah,
you got a nice bunch of people there. But anyway, the two references
yeah,
that
they're
they
all right.
make.
They're all right. They're just a bunch of dicks.
We need to redeem them like Friendship is Magic does.
We don't believe in the
Anyway,
power of friendship. We believe in the power of low quality metal.
exactly. But
But
anyway,
yeah, so
the,
sorry to
the,
speed things along. So yeah, so she's just like, dude, Chris. By the way, I like how everyone's name is like redone to be all Christmassy and shit, like Starlight, Snowfall, Rainbow Dashes. Oh, what was Rainbow Dashes?
I forget exactly.
But anyway, so she's and can I say I feel like Starlight Glimmer had the best song
Absolutely. That was a really like
because
it was almost a haunting melody.
it was dope, and she's like, I'm gonna like ruin Christmas, Smith, and yeah, the song's super catchy. It kind of makes me. I feel like I kind of like it better than her song from the Cutie map.
Hmm. Definitely, because the cutie map, even at the end of the song, it almost felt like a joke. But with this one,
It was
it's
a
just like,
joke
you
with
know what?
some
Yeah.
serious subtext.
Hmm. Absolutely. So one of the cool things is that even Snowflake here isn't like it's not shown just as just like, you know, I just don't like all the noises that go on. They keep me from my work. And it's kind of interesting because if you really think about it, it basically means that Scrooge in this context is an alchemist.
I
And
really
that's
like
pretty
that
cool.
idea. So does this? So she's like magic, bubble, trouble, boil and tubble or whatever. She gets visited by. They do the whole ghost of Christmas past, present, future, and post 2012 tax reductions, and so Christmas passes Applejack, which makes sense, and she's just like, dude, your childhood sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a reason for her do. I get the reason for doing that. Really, I do. But yeah, that's straight up what her segment amounts to. Is dude, your childhood sucked and you're a dick because of it.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about this?
I mean that ending scene was very interesting. That because if you really look at it, it was her trying to say, hey, I still like fun things too, even though I'm learning stuff. And you almost make it seem like that professor was like possibly like either a dropout of Celestia's school or was a teacher who got fired from the academy.
All I know is that motherfucker looked like Snape.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's probably what they were going for, in all honesty. Um, but it's really interesting because she kind of puts that box to the side of the Christmas stuff and she starts looking at her books again. And at this point in the episode, I'm just thinking, dude, what are you doing? She's like 8. Why are you telling her that all she has to do is work? I mean, if you came
Yeah,
from a
I
bad
know.
family, yeah, but still, you're a freaking professor. You should know that people need breaks from studying every now and again. They're not all going to be like
Yeah.
a dick like you, you know?
So after that, she gets a. I like the clever spin they did here. She gets the Ghost of Christmas present, and it's Pinkie
Uh,
Pie.
uh,
And I thought this ran counterintuitive with the message they wanted to send, because the whole thing was like, dude, Christmas isn't not Christmas. The Heartwarming Eve isn't about the presents. It's about all the nice stuff. But Piggy Pie literally says, "Oh, it's all about the presents, about the gift. It's about means." And I'm thinking that still doesn't fully dig you out of the hole, but no, good job.
it and I feel like they were probably trying to go for something along the lines of like, hey, we're trying to say that it's not about the gifts, but it's about the gifts that are given with love to others. And it's just like you could have worded that a little bit better. Um, but
That's probably why
you,
they, that was the trickiest one they had trouble writing, probably. So they were like, just have Pinkie Pie do it. They'll think, oh, Pinkie.
hmm, did you notice though that they had Pipsqueak in there with the God
Yeah,
bless us everyone? That
yeah,
was
that
freaking
was
hysterical.
Pipsqueak as Tiny Tim. So, so after that, we get one of the most fucking characters, which is Princess Luna, but she's got that hood and she's like 8 feet tall, and you
Hmm.
can't teach that. Like, seriously, it's like Luna was looked so epic. I feel like she was kind of only in there for fan service. I mean, it does make sense that she would be the future ghost of Christmas yet to come,
Hmm.
or not to come in their case. But no, that was good on their part.
But when you really think about it, just her look alone in the actual in the book as well as like a lot of the adaptations that you see in like dramas and stuff like that, the ghost of Christmas Future is always shown as like this silent grim reaper sort of character, and
Yeah, he always looks badass.
Luna looks perfect in that sort of context because she's literally the knight, so it works.
She is vengeance. She is Batman.
DC fanboy coming out, I see.
Hell yeah. You know what else is coming out? I'm coming out of my friend's house right now because, still continue the review. Like, we're still live, but so I'm going to have to, like, get in my car. So if any of you guys hear a motor running, that's what that is.
Hmm. So
This is
yeah,
great, though. Keep going.
so then she gets sent back, and some of the transition scenes that I love from this are like after Ghost of Christmas Past comes through, after aging, and she's like next to her like alchemy table or whatever, and she's like, okay, this might work. I don't know. What do you want me to do? And then it's just the exact same thing with Luna, where she arrives right next to her little bubbling cauldron thing, and it's just like there is still time to save it. I don't want this to become like a desolate wasteland. And it's basically where the Wendigos come back because the spirit of heartwarming is no longer there. So, and it actually kind of would have been interesting though if they kind of had more of like the how the Grinch stole Christmas sort of thing, because in all honesty,
Yeah.
they kind of had both references going there, but never
Yeah, they
fully like
really did,
realized
which
itself.
it played well to the episode, but yeah, I feel like it was the resolution a little conflicted, but not enough to really take away from the episode.
hmm And so she goes to the party that all her supposed friends are at. And earlier in the episode, Dash is like, "Why do I have to stay here and clean?" And it's like, because you're doing work. And she's like, "It's not like I'm gonna let you go early to go to a party and just leave me here." And and that's all Dash needs to hear to just zoom out of there. And she comes in with a couple gifts, and the gift that Dash gets is called Dragon's like fingernail or something like that.
Yeah, that was funny.
hmm And the episode ends off there, kind of like a, I've had a change of heart. Um, but I feel like this, outside of the Ebenezer Scrooge thing, I feel like the Charles Dickens classic is a little bit more meaningful, simply for the fact that you get more time, more than 22 minutes with Scrooge, and you have the aspects of like, he kind of sees what happens in the past, kind of sees what happens in the present, and then the future hits him, and he's just like, "Oh dear God, I don't want that to happen." It was kind of, I'm guessing, I'm just going to say it was kind of a bit rushed, um, but it had a good feel to it, and I very much enjoyed this as a Christmas sort of episode. And apparently, Snakeskin is completely offline. Let's hope he gets back in before we end the review. But I will say, for a housewarming episode, this was definitely very good. Out of the three that we've had, which would be Housewarming Eve, Housebreakers, and this one, I feel Housewarming Eve was interesting as like a set piece to explore the lore and world building. Heartbreakers was more about like trying to bring two families together that were kind of like polar opposites, and how in the spirit of the holiday they could still enjoy each other's company. And then this one again felt like a classic retelling of the Charles Dickens classic, and it, for the most part, actually did a pretty good job on it. So yeah, um, it was good. I give it about an 8 out of 10. It was very enjoyable. And apparently he's still not back with us. So I think what will happen, and I think it's because he's probably driving around or something and the data was completely cut off. But yeah, and there he is. He dropped out of the call. So yeah, I think I'll just have him tell the score from this week's episode at the beginning of next week, and good for another episode. I'm very excited to come.
Okay, sorry
Oh,
about that.
there you go.
I,
What in
I
the
didn't even
heck
realize I
happened?
was out. I don't
Really?
know. It's like the thing said that the thing was like, oh, you're still totally in the call, but then according to you, I totally wasn't in the call for the last like 4 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck?
hmm Well, what do you give
But yeah,
this? What do you give this
yeah,
score?
just yeah. To sum up this shit, I liked it. I feel like they kind of should have just gone total Christmas Carol, only because considering that they used Starlight in place of Ebenezer Scrooge, it was really fitting to me that that they did that. But you know what? For the episode the way it was, considering it came out in May, it was still a good Christmas episode. There wasn't really too much I disliked about it, honestly. Like you said, a little rush, but that's really the best that they had to work with. So I give the episode solid 8.
Okay, definitely though. Please have your webcam for next time.
Look, it's not my fault that. Well, yeah, okay, it's yeah. No, next time we'll have. I'll have that. Yeah,
So, all right. Well, that's it from me, John,
and me, Snakeskin.
and we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
Bye.